Goodwin, Romanello, Burgess, Ward, Taylor, and Channing. No one remembers who comes in second. Welcome to the final table of the Party Poker European Open 5. 72 players started this tournament, and you couldn't have chosen a worthier 6 to fight it out for the trophy and the massive $200,000 first prize. The stage is set. Two of the hottest Brits in the game, an internet wizard, last year's runner-up, a Welshman who's due, and an Irish wild card leading the way. But when they sit down, you can strip laurels and pretense away, for a final table is not just where champions meet, it's where champions are made. An all-star lineup for this final. Marc Goodwin has gotten this far through brilliant play and avoiding marginal situations, but he'll have to back his judgment to the hilt if he wants to be champion.
You can play these TV tournaments as though it's a heads-up match. I know it's six-handed, but you can actually isolate certain people and pick up on their strengths and their weaknesses and try and make them pay for their mistakes, really. So realistically, it's looking at players and trying to judge how they're playing and play a different way to catch them.
Roberto Romanello has never wanted something this bad, and he won't let his short stack deter his eyes from the prize.
I have played 5 or 6 of these tournaments, and I can never seem to get over the first heat, you know, because it's tough to win your table, and maybe it's just tough winning the first one, you know. And now that I've done it, I've got through, and I feel good, and I'm sure it's going to give me lots of confidence now from now on that I've actually come this far now, and so it would be nice to go through the first time and then go all the way and win it. That would be icing on the cake for me.
Craig Burgess has been here before, and he's come back stronger, determined not to let victory's fruits slip from his grasp.
I had all my chips in the semi-final with ace-queen against ace-king, and I spiked my queen on the turn, so part of me actually feels like I'm on a free roll, almost that I shouldn't be there. So consequently, I feel totally relaxed today and looking forward to the final. Last year, I was quite uptight because I was the short stack and I wanted to do my best, as I do this year. But I don't feel under any pressure this year at all because, as I said, I feel like I almost shouldn't be there.
Andy Ward plays this game like a computer, with perfection and calm. But on a judgment night like this, his emotion can't hide.
To be one of the last 6 in this tournament, yeah, it feels great. You know, there's some really, really good players have been knocked out of this tournament. If I don't win, well, 5 people aren't going to win. So you have to be prepared. You have to accept what's coming to you. Obviously, it'd be nice to win. It would be disappointing to be first one out, but you've got to try to put that out of your mind and just play one hand at a time. So once the game starts, that's hopefully what I'll be doing.
William Taylor has rode this tournament on the back of Cloud 9, but can he still get his chips in when the game turns gritty?
Going into the final, I've got nothing to lose. I was unknown coming into this tournament. Obviously now there's a few people maybe seen my heat or my semi. They've seen how I play and I play solid enough poker, so I don't really try much bluffs. So hopefully I get a bit of respect when I'm throwing in my bets and my raises, and hopefully I win.
Neil Channing lives for these moments, and the game has treated him well. But this challenge looks to be his toughest yet.
I guess I have a lot of experience relative to the whole pool of poker players. Unfortunately, the 5 guys I'm up against in this final, a lot of them have got experience as well. Andy Ward and I have played in the same final together. Marc Goodwin and I have played in the same final together. But yeah, I guess if I have one advantage over the general poker playing populace, it's always going to be experience.
How sweet is this? A dream final table by anyone's standard. And in the box with me, a man who's seen it and done it before, former champion Ian Frazer. And Ian, I mean, you can look at this table, they're all strong, but for my money, the guy who has played the best from what we've seen in this tournament is Marc Goodwin, and you know how bad he wants it.
Yeah, I fancy his game is head and shoulders above anyone's at the minute, Jesse. You know, I've watched a few of his eats and his last event he played in, and his timing is absolutely spot on. You know, that's where my money would be if I had to put it down.
He's got everything going for him, but on his right, in the 6th seat, is Neil Channing, who I mean, this guy has just been the daddy of poker the last 18 months.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic as well, this guy. I mean, I commentated on his semi-final, and he kept out the way early on. When he knew he had to move, he was completely card dead, and he just kept shoving his chips in the middle, and he showed them all a lesson how to get through these semi-final stages.
Now, I mean, seating positions matter, but the chip stacks are even more important. It's a staggered stack, players bringing their chips forward from the semi-final, and what's in it? William Taylor's the chip leader.
Yeah, again, you know, I watched him in the semis. We commentated together on that heat, and he played fantastic, Jesse. He didn't put a foot wrong. There's no reason why he can't go on and win it.
Goodwin and Channing are mid-stack. You got Andy Ward there. Burgess and Romanello both on the shorter stack, but the blinds are low.
Yeah, they're going back into a 2-4 level here, so there's plenty of poker to be played, and they've got plenty of chips to get it on with. So I think we're going to have a cracking final, Jesse.
A lot of time for play, and of course with 1.4 million chips in play, it's not just the standard yellow 1,000, blues are 2, reds are 5, but those green chips, the lime green chips, were 10K a piece, and that 1.4 million spattered around.
They're the babies you want, the green ones.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
A lot of history here. I mean, you know, you go back to the last World Open final. I think Channing, Ward, and Goodwin were all there.
Yeah.
And
again, Craig, he come second in this last year.
In this European Open last year.
I was on the table, I come third, you know, they've all got plenty of experience. Roberto, you know, he's been knocking on the door for ages. He's in there with a shot. Great final, great lineup.
I kind of expected this from Burgess, that he was going to, you know, be here to make moves and not hang around like he did in the last final.
Yeah, well, we're a year on now. He's obviously seen loads of reruns and watched all the other heats, and he did play really tight last year, but he come runner up, you know. There's not really a great cause for change in my book, but...
Cool.
Ward looked like he thought several times about raising there, and then it's just called. I mean, this is going to get tricky on the turn. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great spot for Burr. A great card for Craig.
Check.
Yes, see me there. He has to bet the turn there. Craig, he should have bet the turn.
And he didn't fall for that.
No.
And he'll be pretty confident he's good, Craig.
20,000.
He's making a bet here to... This is a bet, a value bet. This is a bet to get paid.
Yeah, but he missed a trick, you know, before. If
Call.
True
Pass,
bet.
please.
he could have got quite a few chips off him, I fancy. You know, Andy's obviously not giving him credit for the ace. And as soon as he's hit his 2 pair, he should have bet again then, because if Andy is holding an ace or he's got his second pair, he's going to get him again.
Meanwhile, we've played 4 pots. Goodwin has raised and won 3 of them pre-flop, and then the wrinkle from Burgess. The others have just sat there.
The hands that he's raised with, he could have quite easily let them slip by as well, Jesse.
Yep.
So I fancy, you know, he's probably happy with his position where he is on the table, and he's made his mind up that he'll start off raising with these hands.
Raise 11,000 total.
These two played quite a bit in the semi-final. It was usually Channing going into Taylor's big blind. Now this, the reverse forecast. And
Channing, yeah, he'll be wanting to put a stop to this fella early on, because like you said, in their semi-heat, he did run the table earlier, Taylor, and Neil hasn't had the opportunity to see any of his cards. So in his mind, he might think he was running over the table.
And when the blinds are low, and when you do stop something like this, the first time it happens...
That's right. That's right. He's got the chips to stop it now. But he's obviously going to peel a flop off this fella.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is Taylor's not messing around with him, is he? I mean, this is a big hand he's got. But it's going to be tough to play the sevens post flop out of position, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Neil's not playing his cards. He just wants this fella to slow down over the course of this final.
Now, this is going to get interesting. I mean, is the flop likely to have improved either?
Well, it's a tricky one for Channing. He might peel off another card here.
Let's not forget that Channing was not exactly the healthiest stack starting this off. He's already put 27,000 in here. You know, if he makes a bet here like 30, that's a quarter of his stack all of a sudden that's in this pot.
It is, yeah. Like I say, we haven't seen... How much has he bet?
38,000.
38, yeah, nice bet. We haven't seen this guy play without hitting any cards yet, so let's see if he has got... No.
Pass.
Well, that's 10 out of 10 for Channing. He's put a stop to this fella straight away. You know, 6 hands in.
Certainly did. And, I mean, the other thing, Taylor probably thinking to himself, I know that Channing has a reputation for playing tight early.
Yeah.
And it's gone completely backwards there. Goodwin's betting frequency up 33%. He's won 6 hands. Yeah, and Roberto's lost 40 off the stack. Lines up to 3 and 6,000, and he's increased his stack by 50%. Craig Burgess,
but you're wise,
and it hasn't been for lack of trying. He hasn't won every pot he's played.
Unless it's like 9-3.
He's in there.
Yeah, he is in there.
Well, you had a pair. I don't know why you had a pair.
You done well.
Pass.
Oh, 8-4.
Something.
Pass.
I must have figured something.
He's not going to let the cards sort him out. I think that's what he said when he woke up this morning. He said, you know, last year the cards sorted this out. I'm going to sort this out.
Right.
I was just going to say there's absolutely no way Goodwin's re-raising here.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
Why is he?
Well, 8s is not the sort of hand you want to call a raise with, Jesse. You either got to pass them, especially at this stage of the game, you either got to pass them or re-raise. This guy hasn't played too many pots, Taylor, so Mark will be giving him credit for a big hand. But he's going to see exactly where he is. Yeah.
Pass.
Nice play. Like you said earlier, he's getting plenty of respect. The Goodwin.
He is, and he's not doing things the same way he did it in his heat or in his semi. And this is where I think the jacket gets unzipped and the game gets unleashed. He's letting the dog out of the house.
Yeah, but I think I got the best
Ace
hand.
4?
So
Yeah, I'm calling any ace.
I think I had the best hand.
Yeah.
Plus I need chips.
We all do.
I'm an honest
Here
guy.
comes Taylor.
Raise to 18,000
Ace king
total.
under the gun.
Some more than others.
Whoops.
And I don't. This is, to me,
Oh.
I'm even surprised, Mark. I mean, he is so good at getting away from these kind
I'm
of
all-
things,
is it
not
on me?
going broke.
I'm all out.
All out. Pass.
Wow.
I'm going to say all in by accident
Cool.
one day.
Right.
And I'm going to win.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
nice call.
How do you know what I'm going to say all
I
in
mean,
then?
this all has to do with the
When I
fact
say,
that it's
is it on me?
Taylor and
You
he's
wouldn't
under
say-
the
When you
gun.
say, is it
You
on me?
could have
or
saved
what?
the
Goodwin
next time I
there
say it,
because
without saying that,
if he
Just
pushed,
buy it.
obviously Taylor would have been in and Mark would have got away from it.
I mean, there was 60,000 in there. If Craig had wanted to squeeze, he could have.
Check.
I guess his idea is that if he does do that, I don't know.
30,000.
You know, is he looking for a flop
Pass.
like this?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's going through his mind here, do I raise or do I peel one more? Me, I got to make this 80,000.
I'm all in.
All
All in.
Yeah, it's not much more. Oh, actually, it's about at 180, isn't it?
He's all in.
And I mean, at this stage, all he's beating is ace. That's what Taylor
Yeah.
has. I'm just, you know, maybe tens. He's
Well, we know he's not calling. He's in a real pickle here.
right. I just mean, from Craig's point of view, it's
No.
he doesn't want to get
Yes.
called because he knows if he gets called, the jacks are no good.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's done well. Looked for a safe flop and pushed it. The man is never out to lunch and maybe taking the trophy to dinner. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back. European Open 5 action here. Ian, everybody wants this.
I think we're in for a long old haul here, Jesse, tonight.
The distance.
The distance.
I wonder exactly what the distance is. 30 and 60,000 applies to go to at least.
Call.
And
Pass.
he hasn't played that many hands up front, Channing. I think he limped in one time with the ace-queen very early on. I mean, Roberto, I
Pass.
think this is a bit of a squeeze opportunity here.
Pass.
Oh, wow, look
my.
at this.
You have to raise here? I
Yeah,
mean,
of course you have to
40,000
raise.
total.
Uh-oh. This is fireworks, Jesse. This is fireworks.
I don't know if he can get out of this.
Oh, if he's flat calling, he's going to give himself every chance, but...
It doesn't make much sense flat calling.
No,
does
he's got to raise it. I'd make it 100.
Raise.
Re-raise.
Wow.
Wow.
William Taylor, you feel kind of
200,000
sick. I
total.
mean,
There you
he's
go.
100,000.
100,000.
He's left himself an option here. He'll have about 130 back.
Oh, we know Andy's all in, yeah.
Raise all in.
The old fingers come out again.
Now,
The flick of the fingers.
this is a really, really tough spot. What do you think right now if you're Taylor? Do you think it's at least ace-king?
Yeah, the worst way, he's got one of the three
Right.
ends.
But, I mean, it's not jacks.
It's
it's just not
100 mile an
jacks,
hour,
is
it's
it?
not jacks. He's got
Right.
one of the three ends that, you know, the best spot he's in, he's racing against ace-king, and he must know that. This is the first time this guy's been asked a good question. Through the heat, the semi, and now in the final.
You're right. He's usually the one asking the question.
Yeah. How many chips he got left there, Jesse, do you reckon?
133. I mean, he's basically, he's getting 2.5 to 1. I mean, he's not getting the price if it's kings or aces.
I think it's a pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Leave yourself 133,000 for the title.
Yeah. He's got, I think he's behind. He's got to.
I think you can put this down.
It's very tough.
Look at Andy going through the... Look, he's swallowing and everything, trying to look weak.
Is he? Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, well, he's actually funking for a call now, isn't he?
Of course he is. Gagging for a call. He's thinking now, please, 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 put your chips in. Oh, man.
And a call.
Yeah, good enough, pass.
He's in trouble. William Taylor, through the heat, through the semis, never ran into this. Now he is up against it and all in.
I think you can do.
It's definitely a hard spot to fold in, Jesse.
Trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he gave himself a chance, but at the end of the day, you know, jacks, tens, maybe. He just could not put down the queens and hoping to see he was hoping to see ace king, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
that's the best he could hope for.
He still got outs.
Yeah, 9 would be nice.
Yeah, the 8 or the 9 would give him some chances at a split.
Take it.
He'd like the lady. Tell you, this is a nice kid, and he's been on a nice player on a nice run, and he is one card away from being the first out.
Nice hand.
Nothing you can do, mate. Nothing you can do.
I mean, you can do.
Banger.
Good luck, everybody.
Fortune's room, and he's put on a great performance.
It's 233.
Yeah, he played fantastic.
Good luck.
Showed a lot of heart throughout this tournament. Not much went right for him tonight. A couple times Neil Channing hit him left, and then
Channing started it by limping in. It could have not been that big.
Really disappointed. Even didn't move up a couple more places. Went in by a chip lead, ended up going out first. Played terrible just.
Andy Ward busy telling everybody how lucky he has been, but you know what? He's been playing well all the way through.
And he's give himself every chance to crack on and win this now, Jesse. 554k.
Yeah, he's going to know exactly what to do with them.
Oh, yeah.
5 and 10,000 out there. Roberto seems... You can tell by the way he's looking around before he looks at his cards that he is trying to find a good spot to raise.
Dun, dun.
But as you said, he's so card dependent that...
35,000.
Raise to 35,000 total.
And this could be time for Mark. I don't know what he's willing. He doesn't have much, but at some point, he's a guy who needs to find a spot too. I'd hate to go out to Channing, though.
Well, he's giving vibes that he wants to play this hand. Whether he does or not.
His first instinct, definitely his first instinct was that this is a re-raising spot.
Pass.
Good fold.
To rub salt in the wound.
Can only ring you up and say thanks about 3 months' time.
That was a very good fold.
A pair of eights.
So did you? How weird.
One lie after the
What
other.
eights did you have then?
I can't remember stuff like that. That was ages ago. 2 of them, right?
Goodwin, he reads the dynamics of the game so well. It has to have clicked to him that actually all the good stealing situations Channing is taking.
Yeah.
So
he's beating him to the punch.
Right. So that it just means you have to come over the top of this guy.
Yeah.
He knows it.
Wow,
Don't
look
do
at
it.
this.
Don't do it now, Mark. Don't do it now.
You raise the line.
Oh, you've called it, Jesse.
Oh, no.
You've called it.
He would have gotten it through any of the last 3 hands.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, it doesn't matter what the hand is. You just got to, it's the timing thing.
Unbelievable.
Oh. Oh, how sick is Marc Goodwin feeling right now? And he knows, doesn't he, that the Kings now probably means that he had nothing the last 3 hands.
Yeah.
You just know that. He knows that 100 miles an hour, that this is the time he had the hand, and the other 3 times he was thinking about it, it was just a roll of the Legos.
Mind you, who's to say he's not going to hit an ace here?
30% of the time.
So far.
It's most of Channing's chips.
You
Whoa, straight away,
no
Jesse.
way.
How's that?
No way.
I worked hard today.
Oh.
No way.
It's just amazing how it all goes.
266.
You know, like we've been saying.
No, well less than that.
This is incredible.
Holy cow.
I worked hard for them.
Me too.
Absolutely unbelievable, Jesse. He's raised 4 on the spin. Mark looked like he was going to come over the top with a king 8. He's moved at the wrong time and it's straight in the door. He's get the ace.
Well, this game is great. This game, not the prettiest hand in the world.
You were the master of your own demise.
193.
What can I do?
Nothing. Just
I wanted to get the money.
160.
Marc Goodwin and I played in a final not too long ago, and he tells me I'm the luckiest man in poker. I think I managed to get 4 10s against him when I somehow got into a pot with 10-5 offsuit, and he's never forgotten it. He thinks by far I'm the luckiest person in the world, so on that basis I should definitely win today, and I think I deserve to win.
In the World Open, I was in the final with Marty Smith and Neil Channing. 3 of us left, and I had that nice little setup where Neil had 4 10s on me. That hurt, takes a bit of getting over, but I was feeling confident playing that, so I'm sure I'll be okay today. You just have to, at the end of the day, you got to be lucky. You know, you can play as good as you like, and if the luck's against you, you can't win.
Ouch! Sucker punch! And I mean, Nick, Goodwin says he never has any luck against Channing.
Channing had the ace magnets, pocket kings here. He was raising every single hand. People were getting fed up. And I think there's a lot of history between him and Mark. They've played a ton together over the years. And Mark drew a line in the sand with ace 10.
We talk about it all the time. It was Neil's 4th time raising. It's only a 5-handed game. What do you give him credit for?
Some people might argue that if he's going to raise the 4th time and get away with it, he probably has to have a hand because he must be aware that people know he's raising every hand. But you can counter that with a guy that's raising every hand. He can't have that much. So Mark decided that ace 10 was good enough. He can go all in, pick up a nice 20% increase to his stack, And that's what he did, but Channing had the goods this time.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Goodwin didn't stand up, he didn't dance on the table, but he must be doing a little jig on the inside.
Goodwin is going to be puffed up like a peacock.
Yeah.
I mean, try and stop him. You know how you feel. You get in the situation, you get out of jail one time, and you're never going to go back there again. So Channing's got 73,000. He said he worked hard for those chips, but you know what? That 73,000 is something. Welcome back to the final table, where I'm joined by Ian Frazer.
40 then.
Raise to 40,000 total. Pass. Pass.
And Ward's gone for 40. Well, this is gonna.
I'm all in.
All in.
Pretty automatic. Andy, I don't think Andy can fold, and can't really imagine Craig calling.
This is another funny one. If Andy don't raise with his Queen 10,
I don't want to call
these
that.
two are definitely all in.
Just tell me both.
Roberto and Craig.
I'll be honest
They
with you.
would have been all in.
Craig's 1, 2, 4.
Craig can't really. If Craig calls here, the
No,
Ward can re-raise.
Pass.
He's not calling.
Right.
I'm happy to take the pot there.
We know that.
And it's.
Go in here now?
He's in so much
No, I got
aggro
called.
if he calls this. I can't believe it.
You think so? Oh, you mean he's in trouble?
Yeah.
But he was getting,
I had a queen.
you know, he's getting over
Raise
2 to
king, yeah.
1.
Fancy this one.
I don't
Dice king, you wouldn't even ask.
No, ask how much it was.
Before it was on him, I was on about.
You think you could have
before
passed there with the
action.
Queen 10 suited?
Yeah, why not?
84 and
Huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Sorry?
it's a math
I was
thing, for Andy,
84.
isn't it?
Is it?
He wishes he passed now. Well, it's 84. Look how big this pot is. 263. Oh, man. Wow, it's going to put Roberto in unbelievable shape.
Exactly.
Holy cow! I hadn't even thought about this. He's been
Come on, Amanda, give us a
he's
sweat.
been on
Looks like
fumes since hand number 1.
Give him a queen, go on.
No, I had a queen.
Oh,
Very nice hand.
I mean, Roberto's going to start thinking he's going to win this. He's like,
Okay.
I've got 15 big blinds, more.
84.
16,
84.
18. Oh, you're down to 87,000.
Oh, he'd be double pleased with this Roberto.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, I mean, this is a guy who basically has gotten knocked out of this tournament, what, 3 times, 4 times?
Straight
I mean,
cards as well.
I mean, you know, he is flying out there.
I think that was a bit loose from Andy, you know. He's raised under the gun with Queen 10. You got over 500,000 chips. There's no need for it.
wow.
That sounds up.
Nice.
Ooh.
Wonder how Channing feels about that. Not gonna waste any time getting
Come on.
All in. Pass.
that hand's considered a luxury at this stage.
56,000.
And Andy Ward's going to be in a spot where he's not really going to be able to
This is
fold
going to
here.
have to be really bad.
Yeah, that's what he
Hope
said.
so.
Oh, I got a call.
Oh, nice.
Call.
He just
much am I
knows what Channing
56
would be
total.
raising with here, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has to call
40,
there.
56.
56 more.
Oh,
Total,
sorry,
total,
no.
total.
No, no, no,
50's
no.
blind.
I've
He's
done it.
pleased to see the 3.
20, 30, 41.
Well, you're a man for the vibe, Ian. Do you fancy Channing might
Yeah, I
double
do.
up here?
Yeah, I fancy Channing to
Feels
double
like,
up
yeah, no,
and crack Andy up.
Definitely feels like.
Anything but the 4 or 6 or the straight or spades. A couple other things could happen. See, black
There you go.
cards. Tell you, I mean, you're an unbelievable
it'll be-
proposition better. I mean,
He'll be,
be double.
driving home tonight and saying, why did I ever raise under the gun with the Queen 10? So that's what started it off. Look, big gulp of water.
Anyone else want to double up?
See?
I could use another one.
Coming from him, that's tilt.
yeah.
41.
Yep.
Yeah, he's doubled up to
Okay,
2
Marty,
short
41,
stacks,
41 plus
and
the pot.
things are going to start getting much tighter. I mean, 119,000 is actually it's still a very short stack. I don't think he's going to celebrate.
So you've now
but
got
the
about
game's kind of on now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got long fingers, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's still in good shape, Andy. You know,
He could be a piano player.
yeah. He's just got to relax.
82.
It's not like people have not tried to knock each other out, but
Yeah, it
I
was
think
like, you
we have
work
this sort
for
of
this site and
situation
you've never
here,
done
Ian,
this
where
game.
these guys are actually all
It's about,
very
you know, I
good
know lots of
tournament
players,
survivors.
I know
You know, they're not
Paul's
they're not like calling to take off flops and get themselves in trouble.
Right.
These guys all know how to play good tournaments.
Yeah, you're right. It's all about survival and trying to pick the spots at the right time. Whoops, I think there's going to be a match up here.
I'm all in.
Wow, Mark's going to call 100 mile an hour.
And I mean, Roberto
Pass.
thought briefly about that. With his
This is a lot of chips, Jesse. Yeah.
with his stack size, though, really didn't see him calling. I really didn't see him
Wow.
folding 5-handed. Did you?
No, there's a big pot here.
512,000.
Yeah.
This is it for Roberto. If he wins this, he'll be chip leader.
Oh dear, Jesse, how the game's gone.
I know. Could it be? Is the Welshman due?
Well, look at this.
He's a massive favorite.
Yeah, he's took two to. Mark's in big trouble here.
The hearts.
Would it look close? It's got to be an ace or king or a 4 that's not a heart. Or Romanello goes chip leader.
There
He's
you go.
done it.
Yeah.
He's
I knew that was
got
going to
it.
be a massive pot.
Who could have thought? This man you cannot
I'm gonna
knock
put
him
that one
out.
down and
Well,
not
unless you're
put them
Peter
in.
Wood.
Well, he's been really patient, Jesse, and he's just, you know, he's got on each time with 10s,
Yeah.
queens, and
He
9s.
certainly has.
41.
And Goodwin, 184. He's down in Channing territory.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. He's got over a third of the chips of play. I mean, in Goodwin's mind, he probably thinks that pairs are most of Romanello's range, but he still has to call, right?
Yeah, he has to call. Massive pot. Roberto's. Well, I wonder if he'll stay the same way, Jesse, now for, like we said when Andy got a big chip lead and hope that one of these, like Channing goes out or Goodwin goes out, or does he start mixing it up now?
I wonder if he's going to at least start smiling.
He always smiles, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he must be in shock. He's kind of been on autopilot.
Pass. Pass.
I'm all in.
All in.
Cool.
Pass and a call.
Jeez, I just cannot believe what Andy
What's happened
Ward
here?
did right there. He shoved in with the queen 4 from the. I was just thinking. We were just talking about it. I mean, it seemed like a time
can't
to play
believe it.
tight, right? There was only the blinds. I know the blinds are 30,000. He's
Secret's out.
this guy knows the technical
guess.
side of the game.
He's
He's
many
just
chips
win or
did he
lose,
have?
the secret's out.
Goodwin's got
How many chips did
100,
Andy
like,
Ward have?
Yeah, before them.
he had 414 before this hand started, but
Only had
Goodwin's got
4,
like
but not
100.
one.
He wants a 10 big time, Mark.
Goodwin's got 180.
He needs a 10.
I mean, Andy must it's just the queen to knock out Mark. That's
Yeah.
like, and Andy's taking a deep breath. I mean, is he regretting this?
Well, of course he is. Look at him. He's a light. I can't believe he's pushed with a queen 4.
It just seemed like a good 4-handed. You can see it.
How many chips did he have, Jesse?
He had 414, but
Wow.
Channing's got 120 in the big blind, in the small blind, and Goodwin's got 180 in the big
Well,
blind.
what a spot he's got there. Goodwin.
Yeah.
He's back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering, in Andy's mind, is saying they think I'm going to play tight here, so they're going to know that I've got a pretty good hand, and they're not going to call me light.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I lose track of it sometimes, Look at him, look,
Yeah,
Andy. He
well,
knows
yeah,
he's done
yeah.
wrong.
Not nice to lose all ends. That never happened in the heat or semi.
Very. I
Like 2/3.
Just the guys who've been on sort of the TV final tables a lot. You got to forget about the cameras. The pressure is intense.
Yeah, of course. There's been 4 different chip leaders so far.
Channing is so good at getting nobody. Oh, I said to pick up a hand when he's got something. Wow. It's just the end of him.
Well, if Roberto wins this hand, I think he.
I don't know what the other one is.
I think he sticks his.
Suited as well.
He puts his foot flat to the boards if he wins this hand, Roberto.
We saw Goodwin fold an ace, so there's only 2 aces in the pot for Channing, who's all in here.
One time. They lost the last time, so this time they're going to win.
I don't know about that.
I've been told to be confident when I got people crushed. I'm in the same boat as you.
I don't think so.
There's an 8. There's a king.
Well, that's that.
Oh, wow. Neil Channing, his king's got cracked by the ace.
Not really feeling that one too much. Yeah, cheers. Good point.
Thank you.
Oh,
well,
that hurts.
How nice.
His kings got cracked by the ace, and his ace got cracked by the kings. And that was pretty much the day for him. Beyond that, he was brilliant.
Yeah. Just shows to go, yeah.
You know, I was building up my chip stack quite well. I was starting to dominate the table. Everything was going well. I raised in a hand with a pair of kings and marks quite reasonably. I probably would have done the same thing, re-raised with ace-10. He's got an above average hand. He thinks I've been stealing a lot. And it's just worked out a perfect situation for me. I mean, I've kind of, it's almost like I've set him up for it, but it's also, I'm just lucky I've got a pair of kings. And he's just unlucky he's got ace-10, except for about 30% of the time ace-10 beats 2 kings, and that was one of those times.
Neil Channing out in 5th, and the 4 players that are left, Ian Frazer, have to just take a deep breath now and get their heads together and their games together, because we're on sort of a bubble for much bigger money. $30,000 for 4th place, but $50,000 for 3rd, $100K for 2nd, and of course everything
130
for 1st place.
Yeah, you called it, Jesse. The top 3 spots is where all the big money's at.
Cool. Cool.
Wow.
Quick call by Goodwin. He'll have at least 2 overcards, right?
Ace-8, yeah.
And Burgess, who, I mean, this guy, he deserves a whole lot more than to be all in here in a race for the way he's played. But you know, it's sort of the last level or 2. He just went card dead, and everyone else was moving.
Wow, look at this, Jesse. First card off. I'll tell you, if this guy don't hit a 7, he's played fantastic today.
That's amazing. I mean, he got 2nd place last year. This time, this year, you know, looks like he's going to get 4th. But he's probably played 25 times better.
Oh, incredibly. His game has come on an absolute bundle.
You know, a lot of things had to go right for him last year to get to runner-up. You know what? I mean, now this is an unlucky 4th for him.
No, he's played great, Jesse. I've enjoyed watching his game today.
What can you say? I finished 4th, 2 places worse than last year, but I felt as if I played okay, and I'm not too disappointed. It would have been nice to have won the coin toss, but hey-ho.
30 grand for Craig Burgess.
Usually you say like stupid
4th place.
Personally.
And a pair of flip-flops for the missus.
I'm all in.
And quick all in from Andy Ward. Even quicker call from Marc Goodwin. Now, oh wow.
Oh, goodness.
Oh
my God!
Yeah.
He said.
Can you believe
It's
that?
a set deck.
3-way?
A set deck. I think Goodwin was probably calling with like any ace. I mean, Andy did show the queen 4 from the same position.
Last time, so
Maybe that was what he was trying to set up.
Yeah. This is better if Andy's hand holds up here. This is better for Roberto as well, in my eyes.
Goodwin covers Andy by a good 200K, so it's just going to be a role reversal for him. Mark will still be in either way. Big spot for Ward, though.
Oh, look at this!
No way.
Jesse's unbelievable.
No way.
He ain't even got the queen of clubs to give him some outs.
Oh, Andy's thinking, how much has this cost me? Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
this deck is just lightning, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
And I mean, you really feel for Andy here. He's out.
Yeah.
And
Well played, Roberto.
you know,
Come down
Oops,
to something
well played,
like that, won't
this is a guy. I mean, he came in there. He had maybe one blip in the beginning. He played fantastic in the middle stages.
You're right, you can keep that. Didn't do you the
You know,
world.
might
No,
take back
no,
that
no.
queen four now. But overall, he moves his chips.
Yeah. That's he's played well. Yeah, he's played well.
The final today, I was reasonably happy with the way I played, I think. I've taken a little hit early on, but I built it back up to 300. Then I found the kings against the queens, and I've got the chip lead. And then it's all come crashing apart from there, really, but there wasn't really anything I can do. I don't think I'd play any of the hands differently, I really don't.
Their heads up for the title with everything on the line. Mr. Cooler, the Welsh Wizard, after the break. This has been some kind of final table. Just when you're gearing yourself up for four-handed, here they are, heads up, and what a battle. I mean, two guys who want nothing more than to win. On one side, Marc Goodwin. For all his accolades, he has never won a tournament in this format. But this guy is good. European #1 this year, and throughout this tournament, pound for pound, he has been brilliant. On the other side, how gritty is Roberto Romanello. He came in through the turbos. He lost some heartbreakers, but persistence and desire has seen him here. And Ian Frazer, I mean, what is in it?
Roberto's path through this final has been slowly up, you know, and Mark's been up and down like a yo-yo, so I fancy that's probably how the heads up's going to start off. You know, Roberto will be slowly, and I think Mark will be more eager to get his chips in and out.
I mean, it's not often you can get to heads up with a bet frequency of 17%. But Romanello's, he's done all that the game has allowed him to, hasn't he?
Yeah, he doubled up every time with his three pairs, Jesse, the 10s, queens, and I think it was 8s or 9s the last one. And he's played real good stuff today.
And I mean, that lowest chip count there, 87,000, all the way to 700. He took some pots, some pot shots early on, Roberto, and they went wrong, and now he stormed back.
No.
This will probably be a call.
Raised 45,000. Cool.
I mean, you know, you've played with both these guys a bit before. Is there anything exploitable, you know, that you find? I mean, do they have weaknesses, either one of them?
I don't think so. I don't think you can just sort of point at something now and say he's weak at this or whatever. I think they're both very good poker players, and we're going to be seeing plenty of action.
Goodwin's chosen just to call here with second pair. I mean, Roberto's got a nice hand. There's a lot of cards that are going to be scary for Roberto's hand.
Check.
That's a massive card for Roberto.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to bet this. In his mind, he knows Mark's not got an ace. He's probably got a 6 or a 4. He might have a couple of hearts. But now he's got the diamond draw. So,
and I mean, right now, all Goodwin can beat is a bluff, right? A draw or a bluff.
Yeah.
You can't beat anything that would really bet 100,000 here.
No, I think we're going to be seeing a pass here. You see, once.
Cool.
Wow, that's a bit of a call. Once they start playing flops, these two, then the ego bit comes into it as well, Jesse, and you don't want to be bet off a hand.
He's called here to bluff the river, Mark.
Well,
he wants to make it look like a hard draw, maybe, or something. No, there's no way Romanello's betting the river.
We'll soon find out. We'll find out now.
Check.
No.
Check. Cards place.
No, I think his 6 was good.
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, Goodwin obviously, you know, thought that Roberto was well capable of putting in the second barrel bluff there.
It's a funny old card. The ace comes on the turn. Roberto comes out, bets 100k. It's a bit of a call from Mark there. Really. I mean, it's a bit of a loose call.
I was going all in without that card.
I was praying for you to raise. Look, my hand on the turn.
Yeah.
Huh?
Massive.
Do you nearly
Massive.
raise?
No. I was
Just flat calling, yeah. If you win, then you win. If you beat me, you beat me.
I was going to shove on the river if it didn't come a heart.
If it didn't come a heart?
If it come a diamond, you would have won. I was shoved.
Mark's saying he was trying to represent the
460.
diamond fluff, you know, that he would have shoved on a diamond and would have bluffed there. As it turns out, I wonder, a big bet on the end there might have got him. I don't know.
Call.
All right.
Raise. 60,000 more.
He's raised the size of the pot. Now, Romanello's got to have a think here. This is the kind of hand in position, isn't it? That
Yeah, and this
you
is
could
where
bust
they,
a guy.
Yeah, and they get a bit stubborn, you know. And
you like the call then?
Yeah, I don't mind the call with 900,000 chips.
And I mean, Goodwin basically has to act first, and if he misses the flop, then what? Oh gosh.
Well, not really. No, oh gosh, yeah.
Because of the ace.
Yeah.
Check.
He'd be worried here, Roberto, that he might be check raising him.
Check.
Yeah. I think this will check again, myself.
Check.
Romanello's trying to figure out if Goodwin could check an ace twice. Could he check an ace twice?
He can, yeah.
Check.
There's 180,000 in there. Roberto's thinking, well, if I just check this, then I win. But he's got
Check.
two pair now.
He's
might just check it. No, he couldn't, could you? You have to value bet here.
Well, because Mark's checked every street, it is a bit, you know, there you can make an argument for both. I mean, if he bets 50,000 and Mark moves all in, what does he do?
Right. This is the only way he can actually lose the pot.
Yeah, maybe.
What's
turn
he trying to
him over
get
then.
value bet of? I mean, it couldn't. It's so much not an ace now.
150,000.
No.
I hope you're bluffing. 'Cause it'll make me sick if you're not.
Pass.
That was kind of a funny guy. Think
Yeah.
about that.
I hope you're bluffing.
He said, if you're not bluffing, it's a horrible bet.
Yeah,
That's what
trust
he's
me.
saying. I don't. But you know,
Means
that's a
that you would have
reverse
played the hand
needle.
better
I
than
mean,
me,
Roberto's
so
got all the chips, don't
don't
he?
mind that.
Yeah.
Just be upset if you actually hit.
You're upset if I hit?
Yeah. Because you'd have got lucky.
Huh?
You would have got
1.0
lucky
million.
as opposed to playing good.
Yeah, the needle's in here,
Wow.
Jesse. The needle is in.
Oh, but you know.
Did you hear that? What he said?
Absolutely.
Must be 5 out of 5. Heads up.
And Ian, I mean,
Can't go
Goodwin
on forever,
cannot
can
let
he?
himself go. I mean,
What?
he's given
Can't go on
Roberto
forever,
so
can he?
much
Don't, Mark.
confidence. You don't want to do that. Look at
We're
him.
15 in first.
Yes, in.
No, 15's in.
Roberto's going to crush him now.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
I'm
I
all
don't know
in,
about
all
that,
in,
but
all in.
the
What?
needle
I'm all
is.
in.
All in.
He's moved all in. Yeah,
call.
Jesse, you're
Call.
right. Look at this.
Oh, no! There's been like 4 hands!
I knew you had a
Roberto
nice.
Romanello!
Do you know I
He's
knew you had a
ahead.
nice?
I need this, Mark. Mark, I need this.
No, I'll let him have it then.
He said let me have it. Hold on. You can have it. Good luck, mate.
Yeah, good luck.
Say good luck to me.
You don't need it. You just need to hold on. I'm the one who needs good luck.
Don't mind. If I win, I win.
Plenty of
No,
needle
don't.
in this battle. Don't worry about that.
There you
Oh
go.
my God. Well, he's got runner,
Or
spade,
spade.
or a 9 or a king.
Just make it exciting. Let's have.
He's 2
Yeah,
cards
let's put
away.
the spade there. Just to give it like a bit of drama.
He's
Drum
2
roll.
cards away.
Oh, nearly.
Is Roberto going to be the champion?
He
There
does!
you go.
Well done.
The man on the flying trapeze, Roberto Romanello. Holy
God bless him.
Pie and chips all round in Wales. They'll be queuing up. Don't cry, son.
the short stack at the final table. He'll never charge for Haddock again.
It was grueling from the start, you come in second and then having to win the next heat and then coming to the semi-finals and final starting off the shortest stack on the table. But I never give up. I was telling Mark all the way, and for the end result, I don't mind doing it 10 times over if it ends up like that all the time. That's one thing I'll say. And you kept asking me all the way through this in the interviews, you know, what would it be like to win and everything, and now I feel it, and it's just absolutely amazing, and it's all worth it. That's enough.
Congratulations to Roberto Romanello. He is the champion of the Party Poker European Open 5. We'll see you next time.